We are now going to cover questions 2 and 3. Let's start by taking a look at the math tip written off to the side here. It says a circle is the set of all coplanar points x, y that are a given distance, the radius, from a point, which is called the center. Recall that the square root of x to the second power equals the square root of x to the second power on the inside, which is simply equal to x. Consider the circle below, which has a center at 0, 0 and a radius of 5 units. Suppose x, y is a point on the circle. Use the distance formula to write an equation to show that the distance from x, y to 0, 0 is 5. So, distance formula. Let's talk about the distance formula, or recall it. Distance equals the square root of x2 minus x1 to the second power plus y2 minus y1 to the second power. That's the distance formula. Okay. Well, it's telling me that we're going from xy to 0, 0. So this is my x1, y1. This is my x2, y2. Okay. And it's telling me that this is equal to 5. So that's my distance. So let's plug this in. 5 equals the square root. x2 is going to be 0. x1 is x squared plus y2 is 0 minus y squared. It says square both sides of the equation to eliminate the square root. Okay, so square both sides of this equation. Well, what is 5 squared? Because I want to square this whole thing, basically. 5 squared is 25. The square root of this is going to be 0 minus x to the second power plus 0 minus y to the second power. Because we're squaring the square root. So the square root goes away, and all that's left was what was already there. Well, I just want to clean this up a little bit. What is 0 minus x? Negative x, right? So we got 25 equals negative x to the second power plus, what's 0 minus y? Negative y raised to the second power, right? 25 equals, negative times a negative is positive, so that would be x squared. Negative times a negative is a positive, so that would just be plus y squared. So x squared plus y squared equals 25. Well, that's if the center was located at the origin. let's take a look at what would happen if the center is not located at the origin. What if it's located at a point called HK? And it has a radius of r, because I don't know the radius either. So we're looking for some generalized formula. It says, use the distance formula to write the equation to show that the distance from xy to hk is r. So we're going to do the square root of x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r. Now again, we're going to square both sides. So we're going to have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So radius squared. On to the next set of questions.